Hello, and this is the ultimate phasmophobia guidebook that you need to know. Written by me, Simon Walker. Okay, that's it. Topic 1. Introduction. What is phasmophobia? Phasmophobia is a co-op hunting game where you have to investigate a house that is haunted and discover what the ghost that you're dealing with. The goal of phasmophobia. The main goal is to gather 3 pieces of evidence to discover what the ghost type is, and complete the 3 optional objectives and survive the ghost. You also have to say the ghost's name to anger it to gain evidence. So that's the first topic, the introduction. Topic 2, ghosts. There are 12 different types of ghosts that are each different from each other that you're going to be facing against in your missions. So the ghosts we have are the Spirit, the Wraith, the Phantom, the Poltergeist, Banshee, Jinn, Mare, Remnant, Shade, Demon, Yori, and Oni. Here are all the different ghosts, and each of their strengths and weaknesses. First, the Spirit. Spirit is the most common ghost you can come across, but it is still quite powerful and dangerous. It is usually discovered at one of its hunting grounds after an unexplained death. So the strengths for this is that spirits are the only ghosts that have no unique strengths. So if you look in the journal, you'll find there is none. Its weakness, however, is that using the smudge sticks in the ghost room will not let it hunt for 3 minutes, as opposed to 1 minute and 30 seconds for all the other 11 ghosts. The evidence you can get for this are fingerprints, spirit box, and ghost writing. Number 2, Wraith. Wraith is one of the most dangerous ghosts you will find. It is the only known ghost that has the ability of flight. So, the strengths for Wraith is that you cannot detect it via footprints found by UV light and or glow stick. It can also see through doors and can go through walls. Its weakness, however, is that Wraiths can react against salt. Wraiths will become more active if they step on salt. They can also stop hunting if that happens. Evidence for a Wraith is freezing temps, spirit box, and fingerprints. Number 3, the Phantom. Phantom is a fear-inducing ghost, quickly draining the sanity of those who view it. Taking a picture of it will make it disappear temporarily. Although rumored to possess the living, it has no ability to actually do so. So as opposed to the description text, if you look at a phantom, it will cost you 25% sanity. Phantoms are also less visible during a hunt. The weaknesses is that if you take a photo of it during manifestation period, it will make it disappear. The temperatures or evidence for phantoms are freezing temps, EMF 5, and ghost orbs. Number 4, Poltergeist. One of the most famous ghosts, a poltergeist is known as a noisy ghost, and can manipulate objects around it to spread fear into its victims. So the strengths for poltergeists is that poltergeists can throw objects and become more active if there's more stuff in the room. But then this means is that weaknesses is that it's the opposite, where poltergeists become inactive. There's no other items. There's barely any items in the ghost room. The evidence for the poltergeist is spirit box, ghost orbs, and fingerprints. One other important note you to keep in mind is that poltergeists can be tracked with just ghost orbs and fingerprints, and is the only ghost able to have those 2 evidences combined. No other ghost has fingerprints and ghost orbs. So if you get ghost orbs and fingerprints, then you can confirm it's a poltergeist. Number 5, the Banshee. Banshees are described as natural hunters, and will attempt to slowly stalk and pick off the ghost hunters, one by one, by selectively targeting one investigator at a time. Banshees fear the crucifix, increasing its effectiveness against them. The strengths for Banshee is that they can only target one person at a time until that target dies. Then they choose a new target. They can also hunt at even a higher sanity, instead of just 50% average sanity, which we'll focus on later. But the weakness for the Banshee is that the crucifix range is increased from 3 meters of the ghost to 5 meters of the ghost, or the Banshee. Evidence for the Banshee is freezing temps, EMF 5, and fingerprints. Number 6, Jinn. Jinn is a territorial ghost and will attack when threatened. It also has been known to be able to travel at high speeds and will do so while hunting distant paranormal investigators. However, cutting off power via fuse box limits its speed. So if it is within 4 meters from you and the power breaker in the house is on, then Jinns can run faster. Though, of course, if they reach 4 meters from you, they will slow down. When the breaker is off, the Jinn is not able to use the ability. However, they can still turn on the breaker. Evidence is Spirit Box, EMF 5, and Ghost Orbs for the Jinn. Number 7 is the Mare, which is dubbed the source of all nightmares, which means it is the most powerful in the dark. What this means is that the Mares get a plus 10 honey modifier if the lights in the ghost room is off. They also sometimes can turn off the power breaker, unlike the Jinn, which turns it on. But also, if you turn on the lights in the ghost room, then the Mare gets a lower chance to attack and will get a minus 10 honey modifier. So this is a good strat. The evidence you can get is freezing temps, spirit box, and ghost orbs. Number 8, Remnant. Remnant is a violent ghost that can attack indiscriminately, and is also capable of switching targets mid-hunt. Hiding from it will cause it to move slowly, but will travel faster than any ghost in the game if a victim is in its sights. What this means is that if a Remnant sees a player, it's going to run at super speeds. Remnant is the only ghost you will not outrun, so if it sees you and you can't hide, you're dead. Its weakness is that breaking line of sight and hiding will stop it from going fast. Evidence is EMF 5, ghost writing, and fingerprints. Number 9 is the Shade. Shade is considered to be a shy ghost. While it's hard to find evidence while investigators remain in groups, a Shade is far less likely to attack if there are multiple people nearby. So what this means is that the Shade is a shy ghost, so it's not really active. So that means it'll be harder to detect, to, find it in the room, even with the thermometer. Its weakness is that Shades rarely hunt if there's multiple people in the ghost room. EMF 5 Ghost Orb and Writing is what you need. And I forgot the word ghost in ghost writing, but that's fine. At least you know what I mean. Number 10 is the best ghost, or one of the worst ghosts you can encounter, being highly aggressive that will attack more often than every other ghost. Of course, that is the demon. So, demons have a plus 15 honey modifier at all times, so it hunts more often. It also can sometimes hunt even at higher sanity. Its weakness, however, is that demons can't lower sanity via successful Ouija board questions. You still lose sanity from unsuccessful Ouija board questions, even if the ghost is a demon. Evidence is freezing temps, ghost writing, and spirit box. Number 11 is Yori. Yori is a ghost whose ability increases the passive drain on player's sanity, although most drain your sanity rather quickly. Smudging the room Yori was found in will prevent it from wandering from the location for a long time. So, Yori's can drain your sanity twice as fast than the other ghost types. And its weakness is that using the smudge stick will prevent it from wandering for 1 minute 30 seconds. So it won't just not be able to hunt, it can also not wander. And this is the only going to be able to do that, even though able to have that weakness for the smudge stick. Freeze intense ghost orbs and ghost riding for the evidence to detect a Yori. And the last ghost is Oni. Oni is an aggressive ghost who scales in its activity level with the number of nearby investigators. This is the greatest weakness, as it will likely to reveal itself early in the round. It is also likely to wander around near the ghost room. So, Onis are way more active than other ghost types. They are also considered cousins to the demon, which I did not put out. Onis are also the easiest to identify due to their activeness. You need EMF 5, Spirit Box, and Ghost Riding, which I kinda missed. Let me actually add that real quick. Oh, I re-added that so you know I added that in. Now for the next topic, the hunting phase, where you will have to face danger. So, the hunting phase happens after the setup phase, and when that happens, if the total average sanity is below 50%, then a hunt can happen. And what will happen is, during a hunt, is that the exit doors will be locked, any light source will start flickering, and the EMF will also show random numbers, except for 5, because you can't see that, otherwise that'd be free evidence. But even though you do see EMF 5, it will not be an EMF 5 ghost. And this phase ends either when the ghost stops after enough time, or when a player dies. And then the game continues normal until another hunting phase happens. Keep in mind, hunting lengths vary on what the difficulty is. So, for example, if you're on amateur, it will last 30 seconds. If you're on intermediate, it will last 45 seconds. And if you're on professional, it will last up to a maximum 60 seconds, which is a full minute. Here's what you have to do during hunt. Make sure that you run into a closet or locker. Do try to identify the Banshee's target if it is a Banshee. Do use the sponge sticks to repel the ghost in case you have nowhere to hide, so you can have some extra time. Do hold shift to run faster than the ghost, except Remnants, because you just can't outrun them. What you should not do during a hunt is that, first of all, you cannot speak, because the ghosts can hear you if you do. So you have to be really quiet. Second of all, don't keep the closet or locker doors open, as that's how the ghosts can find you. But also, ghosts can also open doors, so you want to hold it closed. Or also close it in case you haven't been in a closet and the ghost opened it. And also, don't panic, because again, ghost is gonna hear you. What you also shouldn't do is hide in a room, because ghosts can go through room doors. But of course, I again missed that. But I've realized that when I was recording just now. Now for the fourth topic, equipment/items. So these are all different items you can allow. First, we got the EMF reader. It allows you to detect the room by getting readings of 2 to 4, or 5 if it's an EMF 5 ghost. But also, earlier on, as I said, the EMF reader can also start flashing randomly if it starts hunting. But of course, you won't see EMF 5, but even if you do, it won't always be an EMF 5 ghost. Video camera / head-mounted cams allows detection of ghost orbs. So basically, you can see when you're in the van, there's a computer that allows you to see footages of the cameras. And so with the night vision combined, you can be able to see the orbs. Next, Ghost Book allows the ghost to write in it for evidence, which I kind of did not write, so I had to edit that. Next, the thermometer allows you to detect the ghost's room with temps of 49 degrees Fahrenheit or lower, or 32 Fahrenheit or lower if it's a freezing temperature ghost. like the Yori demon or everything like that. The UV/glow stick allows you to detect fingerprints to identify a fingerprint ghost, and footprints to identify a wraith. So if you don't see footprints, then it's a wraith. And then Spirit Box allows the ghost to answer your questions. So you can ask it questions, and then if it's a Spirit Box ghost, it will say that. Next, the two different flashlights. Normal flashlight, which is just a flashlight. That's sort of it. It's nothing else to explain. Next, the strong flashlight, which gives more brightness and also more radius than the normal flashlight. Also, a special tip is that you can press T to turn on a flashlight when you're holding a different item. You can't do that for the UV light because it will not let you. Next are the three different sensors in the game. So first, the motion sensor, which is the blue one, which allows you to detect the ghost's presence and complete the optional objective, if it's on the whiteboard, which you'll see. Which can also identify the ghost's name, and also if it responds alone or to a group. Next, the white, which is sound sensor, allows you to detect sound. There is a sound monitor on the van to identify sound. Next, the infrared, which is the green one. It works the same way as the motion sensor, but you can't use it to complete the objective. So honestly, I would not recommend it. It's not going to really help in any way. Just use the motion sensors. Wait, whoops. Whoops, that's a spoiler. That's a spoiler. You thought that was the it. You thought that was the end, right? Well, it wasn't. Anyway, we got the lighter, smudge stick, and candle. So, lighter lets you light the smudge sticks and candles. Press F to light them when you have a lighter in your inventory. Then the smudge sticks, which you use to prevent the ghost from haunting for 1 minute 30 seconds, or 3 minutes in case it's a spirit. And then you can also... So basically you want to use it in the ghost room, because of course you're just going to waste it if you don't on accident. And then we have candles, which allow the use of light and sanity preservation. And also allow you to use the ability to complete the objective where you had to get the ghost to blow out a candle. But of course I did not add that because the game wasn't updated to the right update before I had that. Next, crucifix, which is the item you can use to stop a hunt from happening. So the crucifix works in a 3-meter radius, or 5 meters if it's a Banshee. And each crucifix will have 2 uses. Next, salt. You have 3 uses per salt can. You can detect footprints to identify that the ghost isn't a wraith when combined with UV light and or glow stick. It's also the wraith's weakness, as it will be more active, and can also prevent a hunt that way. Tripod. Place a video cam on it. Simple item to use. Next, sanity pills. Each time you eat 1 canister, you'll restore or 40 sanity. This is useful when you don't want a hunt to happen. Since again, if the average sanity is below 50, then that's when a hunt can happen. Next, photo camera. Get more money by taking photos of strange things with this. Keep in mind, you only get 5 pictures per camera, so do use them wisely. And also, the money you get varies on how close enough you are from the object when you take a photo. And you can see there's a lot of stuff you can take photos of, like the ghost, bone, Ouija board, voodoo dolls, fingerprints. Now for parabolic microphone. This is a portable version of the sound sensor, so you just point it in a certain direction to get frequencies. This is mainly useful on larger maps because of its range of 30 meters. Now for the last 4 equipments is the van equipment. So first we have the map monitor. Allows you to see the map layout and shows where everyone in the house/building is, and also the power breaker. and even motion sensors, but again, I did miss some stuff that I should have added, but I will mention. The sound sensor monitor, which detects frequencies from the sound sensors. Of course, you need the sound sensors for that to even work. Next, the activity monitor, which records activity strength for the past 60 seconds. And also the current activity as well. But you'll see what it looks like when you try playing the game. Next, sanity monitor, which shows the player's sanity and the total average. Also, each player has their own distinct color on the sanity monitor and the map monitor, so you can see who is which. Now for the on-site equipment, which isn't the stuff you have in the van, but is stuff you can find. So those being the bone, which you get a picture of it to get more money. Ouija board, which allows you to ask questions where the ghost is, their age, and basically that. So it's basically a buffed up version of the spirit box, and any ghost can be able to respond to it. But also, if you can lose sanity from this, of course, if it's a successful question, then you lose 10%, except if it's a demon. And then if your question is a fail, then you'll lose 40 sanity for every ghost, especially the demon. And then the voodoo dolls, get a picture of them to get more money, similarly to the bone evidence. Now for the next topic, which is kind of the shortest topic, the maps. So here's different maps you'll be encountering. So first of all, for the street house / roadhouses, you get the Tanglewood, Edgefield, and Ridgeview roadhouse and street houses. Now for the farmhouses, you get Bleasdale and Grafton farmhouses. And for the larger maps, you get the Brownstone High School, or just high school if you're not a nerd, Prison, and Asylum, which is the biggest map ever. Now for the next topic, which is difficulty. So there are different difficulty levels, each with a bunch of differences. And of course, here's all the differences. Firstly, for amateur, you'll get 5 minutes of setup time, which is the time you'll have, which is when the ghost doesn't hunt at all. EXP gain is normal, money gain is normal, insurance is 50%, which, if you want to know about insurance, it's later on. Hunting phase length is 30 seconds. Now for intermediate, it unlocks at level 10. You also get only 2 minutes of setup time. EXP gain is multiplied to 1.5. Money gain is multiplied by 2. So you get double the money. Insurance is only 25%. Honey phase length is 45 seconds. And a new objective is added, which is to escape a ghost during a hunt, which would be only intermediate and professional. And for professional, which is the hardest difficulty, it unlocks at level 15. You get no setup time. EXP gain is double than amateur. Money gain is 3 times the amount on amateur. There is no insurance on professional. Honey phase is a full minute, and a new objective which is only on professional, which is to repel the ghost with a smudge stick while it's chasing someone. Some other additions that professional has that no other difficulty has is that the breaker will start off on professional. And on professional, you cannot be told if the ghost responds alone or to a group on the whiteboard. Of course, those two changes only happen on professional. And now for temperature. So temperature ranges, if the breaker is on, will be for 32 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit if there is a freezing ghost, or, the room is freezing in the ghost room. And then non-freezing ghosts will be 33 to 49 degrees. And for all other rooms, it will be 50 to 70 degrees. And then if the breaker's off, it is sort of the same, but you'll find that the non-freezing and other rooms' temperatures will be the same, because if the breaker's off, then the temperatures will be the same as the non-freezing rooms. One other important note is that since professional starts the breaker off, you will have to turn it on for the thermometer to work properly. It also takes about 2 minutes for all the rooms to warm up. except for the ghost room, because you have to detect the room below 49 degrees. Also, keep in mind, this temp range is only on Fahrenheit, so it's not in Celsius. Next, EMF. So EMF ranges will vary with, of course, the EMF reader. So for level 1, it's the default state. Level 2 means that a ghost has interacted with an object. Level 3 means that a ghost has thrown an object. Of course, it could be any ghosts, including the poltergeists and oddities. Level 4 would mean the ghost is manifesting. And then level 5 is the evidence for when it's an EMF 5 ghost. And that there would be and of course that's a 25% chance that EMF 2 will be EMF 5 if the ghost is an EMF 5 ghost. Topic number 9 is insurance. So whenever you die, any items you brought in from the mission that you died will end up lost, and you have to buy more stuff. But then after the mission, if you died, you'll get some of the value of all the items that you lost. Also, you can take a picture of a dead body to increase the dead person's insurance value. So for insurance values, amateur is 50%, intermediate is 25%, and professional is none, so you can't get any money. Now for the final topic, conclusion. And congrats, you will learn all the mechanics in phasmophobia. Or kind of close to it. And since you have learned how phasmophobia works, you are well qualified to play the game like me. Hope you all good luck. Because yeah, I seriously put a lot of work in this entire Google Slides. Because yeah, with all my knowledge of phasmophobia that I've played for the past few months, then I would say it's a good idea to just, make a guidebook for it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it did take me a lot of work. If I can, go to my, statistics. Let's see if I can view it. Let's see. Q&A history. Okay, that's not right. Linked objects, that's not it. Okay, where is it? Okay, well, apparently that's, not sure how I can find out how long it took, but yeah, that is my Phasmophobia training book. And now you learn all the stuff, almost, about Phasmophobia. You can be the one hunter that I demand you to be. So yeah, good luck to whoever is watching it.